I stepped onto the quads of Defiance College, Defiance, with a trunk full of linen frocks and a head full of pushkin, expecting some pastoral idyll where minds met minds beneath enlightened spires. What I tasted first literally was the communal water, sinister metallic, like someone had steeped old brake pads in a kettle and called it thirst-quenching. Imagine swallowing pennies that have lain for decades in a Soviet fountain. The iron ghost claws the tongue, dries the throat, dares you to drink again. Hydration, the simplest covenant between body and earth, broken before orientation ends. If they can keep clean water, I whispered to my naive freshman self, what hope for higher thought? Day 1, the cafeteria swaggered open at 5:30. The eggs arrived in sweating vats, sulfur fog curling up like miscreant prayers. Their texture, bubble wrap popped in slow-motion rubbery domes that squeal away colored droplets when pierced. A single bite and morale collapses, protein turns punishment. The toast, once crusty soldiers of warmth, drooped limp as forgotten love lettuce edges soggy, centers bone cold because steam trays vent incompetently. Butter, greased ice shavings that refuse to smear, you scrape until crumbs avalanche onto the plastic plate. Syrup smells of over-caramelized defeat. Why serve such fare? Simple. They force meal plan purchases up front, so quality no longer affects profit. Cartoonishly textbook bait and switch. Every dry mouthful whispers, you prepaid little cog, choke or starve. By the third morning, I weighed the ethics of shipping crates of instant noodles clandestinely versus risking scurvy. Choose scurvy, I mused. At least the gums bleed quieter than my pride. Inside the classroom, a stagnant rectangle of unwashed chalk clouds, urns that title professors ghost in like late cafe customers who forgot to order ambition. Mine clutches dog-eared printouts yellow as nicotine teeth, mumbles a greeting that ends mid-syllable, then assigns the syllabus quiz already overdue. No explanation how to log into the portal, no map to library archives, nothing. Picture Pushkin reciting to an audience that hasn't learned Cyrillic. That is their idea of pedagogy. Half my cohort vanish by mid-term because, darling, retention is hemorrhage here. The college brochure bragged individual attention, code for staring at you while you drown. It breeds paralysis. When every question feels stupid, you stop asking. That is precisely what they bank on. Confused kids pay extra semesters. Academic limbo monetized, Kafka blushes. The dorm so sweetest purgatory reek of attic blanket and mouse vinegar. My roommate and I share a shoebox with identical cinder block walls that sweat the dreams of 1970s socialism gone perished. The radiator bangs nightly like Tsarist cannon, yet fails to heat. Frost feathers the inside pane by December. You huddle beneath two duvets, listening to masculinesque shouting pogo down the corridor at 3 anti-meridim, security nowhere. Because campus safety signs outnumber staff 3-1, apparently, to propagate decorative hope rather than actual patrols. Meanwhile, maintenance tickets sit unread in ancient inboxes. Weep not for the loose faucet, weep for our cuticles bleeding from turning it ever tighter. The physical plant disintegrates, but their tuition invoice remains laser-printed, pristine, immovable sacred relic. Still, friends said, get involved, so I auditioned for a club fair tent pitched between parking lot oil puddles. Picture plywood tables staffed by adolescents already nursing ulcer arcs of smileys. Sugar, Sylvia Ryan was right. Niceness weaponized, saccharine enough to incite nausea. They hurl here. Like sticky cotton balls, you feel them adhere to dignity, impossible to politely peel. Authentic connection thus suffocated by friendly fumes, students retire early to bedrooms, doom scroll, watch townsfolk TikToks of cornfields. Social desert, camouflaged as community garden, lonelin.
Fertilized daily. By spring, internship panic drills the temple. Defiance policy mandates off-site apprenticeship for parchment, yet lists 0 corporate partners. Career office. 1 underpaid maven stapling flyers beside.
Here's the businesses near Defiance College. Defiance, a place where optimism goes to die. As I delved into the reviews, I couldn't help but feel a sense of disappointment, like a child who's been told Christmas has been cancelled. The verdict is clear: businesses in this area are a letdown. Let's start with the Northtown Mall, a place that's been clinging to life like a dying flower. Reviewers have described it as not a mall and that it's only good for a quick indoor walk. The movie theater is the sole redeeming quality, but even that's not enough to save this sinking ship. The food court is a barren wasteland with only a few struggling eateries remaining. It's like a ghost town minus the excitement. And then there's Sam's Ristorante, a place where the food is overpriced and the service is abysmal. Reviewers have complained about the long wait times, rude staff, and mediocre dishes. It's like they're trying to rob you blind while serving you subpar food. The owner's son is apparently a masterclass in rudeness, so beware if you see him lurking around. But wait, it gets better. Cabin Fever Coffee in downtown Defiance is a nightmare. The staff is notorious for being rude and inattentive, and the coffee is more sugar than substance. It's like they're trying to give you a stomachache while simultaneously disappointing you. And don't even get me started on their ridiculous hours, who closes at 3:30 p.m. Last but not least, we have the Crick Entertainment Center, a place that promises fun but delivers frustration. Reviewers have complained about the unfriendly staff, poor service, and chaotic atmosphere. It's like they're trying to make you regret leaving your house. The food is decent, but that's about it. As I read through these reviews, I couldn't help but feel a sense of despair. It's like these businesses are intentionally trying to disappoint their customers. Maybe they're just trying to drive people away, or perhaps they're secretly trying to win an award for worst customer service. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear: businesses near Defiance College, Defiance, are a recipe for disaster. So, travelers, beware, you've been warned.
I am looking into crimes near Defiance College, Defiance, and honestly, the shops around the campus feel a bit shaky, like they always watching the door. Businesses near Defiance College, Defiance are mostly small family-run stores, cafes, and a few chain retailers that rely on cash and quick transactions. First, there was a counterfeiting ring that hit the downtown stores in 2024. The thieves walked into a grocery, paid for groceries with fake bills, then tried to cash forged checks at the same place. When the cashiers finally spotted the blanks, the shop owners lost the money and the inventory. The victims probably filed police reports, felt embarrassed, and maybe stopped using cash in that store. The scammers were arrested, so I guess they're now in jail facing federal fraud charges, and the stores are probably tightening their cash handling policies. Next, in 2025, the Ohio County shopping scam unfolded. Two guys tried to return items using a bogus account, pretending they had bought the stuff with a fake credit card. The clerk noticed the strange account details, called the police, and the suspects got caught right there in the clearance aisle. A tourist who saw that might have gotten scared, maybe avoided returning anything for the rest of his trip, and likely left the store feeling uneasy. The scammers will probably face misdemeanor theft charges and could be banned from many local retailers. And even though it was a bit farther away, a large-scale retail theft operation in a nearby shopping center showed the same pattern: repeated shoplifting, using stolen cards, then trying to get cash refunds. Those thieves were rounded up after a 10-hour bust, so they're likely behind bars now. Shoppers in Defiance College, Defiance might now be extra nervous, double-checking receipts, and the stores are probably installing more cameras. So if you're staying near Defiance College for 2 weeks, just remember the shops can be friendly, but also a little too quick to accept